All right, guys, it's happening. I reported on May 12, 2025, that both Tobacolor and Vanilla Diorama were on the chopping block, and it looks like it's happening because I just was speaking to some folks from Neiman Marcus here in San Francisco, and there are no Vanilla Diorama bottles available there at that store, and they can't get any. And they also mentioned that Tobacolor is going to be the next one that's discontinued. Now, this happened back in, I don't know exact year, but some time ago when I reported about Feb Delicious, that it was on the chopping block. A lot of you came forward and said, no, it's available everywhere. Eventually, a couple years, 1 to 2 years later, it eventually got discontinued. And I think the same thing is happening with these two. So last year in May, I found out from Saks Fifth Avenue in New York City, where I do buy some of these Dior Privée fragrances, their associate there told me that these two are getting discontinued. That's the rumor, and it looks like it's finally happening. So the store here, Neiman Marcus, doesn't have any Vanilla Diorama. And again, as I said, they also mentioned that Tobacolor is going to be next. So I don't know what's going on with Dior, but some of the new ones that they've been launching are a bit lackluster, and they're cutting off the good ones. I don't know why they would do such a thing. But I looked these up online, and they're still selling on the Dior website. So maybe they're slowly starting to fizzle away. But I'm just giving you both, well, I'm giving you a heads up on both, that they are soon most likely going to disappear. So let me tell you a little bit about these fragrances. It's also very, very interesting. When I did my video a year ago, almost in May 12th, 2025 is when the video aired that I announced that these were on the chopping block, was May 12th, 2025. At that time, it was $450 for a 200 ml. Now the price has gone up to $495 for a 200 ml. And keep in mind, I have here a 250 ml bottle. So they've already been downsized and the price has gone up a lot. So a 200 ml now is $495, when last year in May, 200 ml was $450. So the prices keep creeping up, and I don't know when the next price increase will be, but most likely next year these will go up to around $550 for a 200 ml. So let me tell you about Vanilla Diorama, and if you're a fan, you should definitely get yourself a bottle before it permanently disappears. But this is a Francois Demachy creation. This was the last fragrance he did for Dior. I believe this is the last, and he left after Francis Kurkdjian was announced at the time. So Vanilla Diorama, Francois Demachy creation, features lots of citruses, spicy notes, and warm, gooey, vanillic touches as well. It does have a little patchouli in the base. I think it also has some sandalwood, but it's slightly chocolatey. It almost feels like there's a dusting of chocolate. It's a bit boozy, and I think it's the citruses combined together that are doing that. But wow, I love this. It's so good. It is disappointing that they're once again, because for the longest time, Fev was my favorite. That went. And for the longest time, Vanilla Diorama was my favorite. Now that's going as well. But it's a really, really great vanilla. It's also not wimpy like some of the other fragrances from the line. I don't know what's going on. Why is everything turning out to be kind of just plain? This is really good. This Vanilla Diorama is super awesome. And wait a minute, did I spray the right fragrance? Let me just make sure. No, I did. I sprayed the right fragrance. That is Vanilla Diorama. That is not Tobacolor. Tobacolor is a different story. It's a bit fruity, but it's also smoky, ambery, tobacco leafy. But the Tobacolor is also on the chopping block. Same price. Yeah, totally different fragrances. Same price, though, between the two. So it's when I reported the original video, it's $450 for a 200 ml, but now it's $495. And I think this is next as well. It's like two of the strongest, most potent ones: sweet, gooey, ambery, spicy, fruity, citrusy. All of these between the two fragrances are really awesome creations. And they're almost like getting rid of all of the Francois Demachy creations and leaving the Francis Kurkdjian creations, which I haven't really been super excited about his creations, unfortunately. But if you're in the market for these, get your bottles ASAP, because I don't know how long they're going to be around. And if it's just like Feb Delicious, slowly phasing it out, because I think the Neiman Marcus can't get it, but, you know, obviously Dior, the brand, has a lot of stock, so that's why it's still on their store. But I'm assuming pretty soon it will be removed from the store because they'll completely run out. Between the two, which is your favorite? Let me know. Is it Vanilla Diorama or Tobacolor? Do add a comment below. But as I said, if you are in the market for this, get it right away, because Neiman Marcus here doesn't have the Vanilla Diorama. As I said, my sales associate there told me it seems like the same thing is going to happen to Tobacolor that they said. And also, the first time I heard about this was last May 2025. You can search for the video on the channel. My sales associate at Saks told me they are on the chopping block. So yeah, they will be removed very soon. But add a comment below. Let me know your thoughts on these two fragrances. Do you have a backup bottle? I think I have a backup bottle of Vanilla Diorama. I don't think I have a backup bottle of Tobacolor. I have plenty of juice left in this one. But the Vanilla Diorama, the color has also gotten quite dark. It's super ambery orange now. But lovely fragrance, I think. Both of them are really, really great. They're like I said, both of them are two of my favorites from the line. Neither of the Francis Kurkdjian creations are super tops. The one that I think is probably my favorite in the line is Dioriviera, but I also like the new one, Queer Saddle. It's a bit old schoolish, leathery, floral, but the rest of them have not been super exciting. But I do have some great deals on some of the creations that Francis Kurkdjian did. And I'm going to talk to you about them here as well, because they're highly discounted in the original sized bottles. So if you don't remember, Dior changed their bottles early last year. In early 2025, they went from 250 ml bottles like this, and they made them into 200 ml bottles. So basically, they gave you 50 milliliter of less juice for the same price. Then they did the price increase, and the price went up again. So $4.95 for the 200 mLs, when normally you would get 250 ml juice. But now you're getting 200 ml of juice, and you're paying $500 almost. Okay, I've got some great deals on these fragrances for you, and they're also in the original sizes. So they no longer make these sizes. If you went to your Dior retailer, like Neiman Marcus selling the Dior Privée collection, you can only get the 200 ml. The 250 mLs are done. If you ordered online from Dior, you can only get the 200 ml. The 250 ml bottles are done. Same thing with the 125 ml. They used to make 125 ml. They no longer have that size. It's 100, but it's the same price. But I've got Gris Dior online as a 250 ml bottle. It's $441. But remember, I said the price on the 200 mLs now is almost $500. It's $495. So if you're in the market for a bottle of Gris Dior, a 250 ml bottle in the original size bottle is $441. So you're not only saving around $50, but you're also getting 50 ml more juice. And Gris Dior is that patchouli, mossy, rose, spicy, freshy. So it's got bergamot, it's got rose, it's got mossy notes, it's got patchouli. It's one of the best from the line. And if you're looking for a bottle and you want the larger size bottle, I have the 250 ml bottle right here. I should show you. I'm going to show you a bottle that's the 200 ml as well. Here's the Queer Saddle in 200 ml. And this is the Gris Dior in 250 ml. As you can see, this is what's happened with these fragrances now. You now get a 200 ml versus a 250 ml. But the actual sleeve coney kind of bottles are the same size, but the bottles have been changed and you get less juice. But Gris Dior, as I said, it's a great one. It's one of the best from Dior, and it's spicy, it's rosy, it's earthy, woody, mossy, and then you've got that kind of bergamot citrusy freshness up top. So A great deal for this one. Again, it's 250 ml for $441. Now you can only buy a 200 ml for just under $500. So get yourself a bottle before it runs out. I'm going to talk about Eau Noire as well. I thought for the longest time Eau Noire was discontinued, which is what I was told. But apparently they made it an online exclusive. But same thing with Eau Noire. It is available at the discounter for 250 ml, $325. So it's even cheaper than the Gris Dior. Because if you buy it online as a 200 ml, it's $495. You can get the 250 ml for $325. So you're not only getting 50 ml more juice, it's also $325 versus $495. To me, it's an Immortelle bomb. It's kind of syrupy, spicy, autumn-like, kind of caramelized syrup, kind of maple syrupy, a bit spicy like curry. It's the Immortelle note. I think there's a little bit of coffee in here, and there's some spices that really acts like, there's maybe a little bit of a tobacco-ish touch, so it acts autumn-like, that the whole experience is dry, kind of golden glow of the autumn sun shining on the landscape of dry weeds and shrubs and things like that. So it kind of gives you that kind of an effect here, but with a warmth and sweetness and also spiciness. That's what Eau Noire is. I think it's one of the first two fragrances Francis Kurkdjian created for Dior it wasn't part of the Privee collection before. Then it became part of the Privee collection. Then it was discontinued. It was discontinued. Then it was brought back when Francis Kurkdjian replaced Francois Demachy, and the rumor was it was getting discontinued again. Then they made it an online exclusive. So this is a great deal, $325 for a 250 ml bottle. That's really, really great. Because if you go online now and you buy it from Dior, from what I heard, it's only online special. It's not available at Dior retailers. It's 200 ml for $495, so expensive. Now let's move on to Dioriviera. I believe this is the first creation by Francis Kurkdjian for the Privee collection after he replaced Francois Demachy. This is 250 ml for $365. I do have the 250 ml bottle, as you can see right under there. And Dioriviera, I think it's my favorite, next to Queer Saddle. It's figs, it's rose, it's fresh, it's green. Maybe a little bit fruity and also very powdery. So this is a great price. It's $365 for 250 ml. So you're saving about $130, plus you're getting 50 ml more juice. So, because if you go to the stores to buy this, you can only get a 200 ml, same as the Queer Saddle here. And you're going to pay $495 and you're going to get 50 ml less juice. But here with the Dioriviera at the discounter, it's 250 ml for $365. That is a great price. I think this will be perfect for summer wear. Again, it's green. It's definitely fig leafy, maybe slightly fig fruity, and definitely powdery. So that's Dioriviera. And I think the second fragrance that Francis created for the house of Dior Privée is New Look. So New Look is even less expensive, $285 for 250 ml, and suggested retail price at the Dior boutique is $495 for 200 ml. So you're saving a lot of money. You're saving $210 on this, and you're getting 50 ml more juice on the New Look. That's a great price. But you gotta like aldehydes. This is aldehydic, spicy peppery, a little smoky incensey. So it's a bit churchy, it's a bit soapy, clean, fizzy, and spicy peppery for sure. Aldehydes are an acquired taste, I think, so you've got to be into them. Aldehydes instantly reminds me of Chanel No. 5 because I think it's aldehydes that is there, but they're completely different fragrances. It's the note of aldehydes that kind of gives you that reminder. But 250 ml for $285 compared to 200 ml for $495 is night and day difference in pricing. So this is a great, great price if you're looking for a bottle. And then I'm going to talk about, also to say, The Dior New Look that I just spoke about also comes in 125 ml for $180, but you're only paying $100, $105 more to get the 250 ml. So you're getting 125 more juice for $105 more. So that is a great price. And the last fragrance I'm going to talk about, also created by Francois Demachy, it's Eden-Roc. I can only find 125 ml and it's $330. So that might not be that good of a deal, but I'm talking about it here in case you want to pick it up. It's a minerally, kind of sweet and salty, beachy, tropical-esque kind of fragrance, I think. Not quite tropical, more mineral and marine-ish, salty, musky, I think. A little bit seaweedy. This has grown on me more and more. I didn't care for it at first at all, but I kind of like it a lot more now. So that's 125 ml for $330. Just in case you're in the market, because 125 ml doesn't exist anymore. It's now replaced as 100 ml for the same suggested retail price. So those are the deals. They're all timestamp tagged. In fact, I've tagged all the fragrances I'm speaking about today, the Vanilla Diorama and also the Tobacolor, because both of these are on the chopping block. And as I said, Neiman's here does not have any Vanilla Diorama. I believe they still have Tobacolor, but I was told and reminded by them that it's also going to be fizzled away. And now that comes almost a year after when I first heard about it and did a video on it. And again, same thing happened with Fev. There was a rumor about it. It was going around by the associates working for the Dior, departments for the various department stores. And eventually it came true. And I think it's coming true with these two fragrances as well. So if you're in the market, get them before they completely run out. And that's all I have in today's video for you guys. I do want to say, I didn't remind you at the beginning of the video, if you haven't gotten your tickets to ScentFest SF yet, please do. It's a new consumer-focused fragrance festival, fragrance trade show, and it's happening on the dates of June 26, 27, and 28 in San Francisco, California, at an amazing venue called Fort Mason, overlooking the Golden Gate Bridge and the San Francisco Bay and Alcatraz. So I'm bringing together a lot of awesome niche houses and also some interactive experiences with, fragrance creation and you name it, lectures and talks and some really awesome things that we're planning. So if you haven't gotten your tickets, as I said, please do. I have all the information in the info box, a link to the website. And a lot of that information will be posted soon along with the exhibitors and so on. And but there's also the early bird discounted pricing right now for VIP tickets and also the regular tickets as well. So I would love to see you guys come and experience ScentFest SF. I hope you do and experience an awesome show. The reason we're doing it on these dates also, I think it's around the same time as the World Cup, and I think there's going to be a huge bunch of people here in this area, but mostly because the World Perfumery Congress, which does a different city every 2 years, every 4 years in the United States, every 4 years in Europe. 2 years ago, it was in Geneva. 2 years before that, it was in Miami, and I got to go to the one in Miami. And then this year, it's happening in Monterey, and I will not be going because we're working on the ScentFest SF. But World Perfumery Congress is happening in Monterey. It's more of a trade, show, mostly industry. But I think if you're into fragrances and learning and educating yourself, you can go. It's expensive though, I should say. But if you're in the market to go, you can also get in touch with ScentFest SF. And I think we've got some kind of a partnership with World Perfumery Congress and you can get some discounted tickets. But if you're going and you're just in the industry and you haven't thought about attending ScentFest SF yet, please do, because it's 2 hours apart. There's also the Business of Beauty Global Forums happening in Napa Valley. So a lot of stuff going on here in this area, all around fragrances and beauty. So I hope you guys come and enjoy this first of its kind fragrance fair on the west coast of the United States in San Francisco, California. And hopefully it'll be a nice big turnout and we can make it a yearly event. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching today's video. If you have any questions or comments, please list below. Please like this video, share it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Click that bell icon, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.